if it's what I want to do.
Hello, what a minute, nice to meet you. Got some questions I'm wondering, can you answer like...
What's up YouTube, Danny, and welcome to a new episode of my Real Madrid career mode series on FIFA 14. So, coming up in today's episode, we do have a game up against Athletic Bilbao and also a key game up against Arsenal in the first game in the Champions Cup. So it should be a great episode, and I think we've also got the transfer deadline day as well. So I'm just going to kind of spend the first couple of minutes in today's episode just talking about my new signings that I've made in mid-season, or not mid-season, pre-season, sorry. And yes, so first signings we got to talk about is Mario Balotelli. So he's been my most expensive signing in terms of just the money I've offered and the player I actually offered in the end. And what I offered, I think it was around about 15 to 19 million or something like that, plus Benzema as well, so adds up to around about 40 million. And yeah, so I'm kind of waiting for him to come back. I'm really missing him at the moment because he's the striker I need, because at the moment I'm using Ronaldo as a striker, and that's not really suited to him because I could use him a lot better on the left mid or maybe the right mid, maybe even Cam behind the striker. So kind of have to use him out of position for the moment, but once Balotelli's back, our team's going to be a lot stronger. So moving on to our second player we bought was on, I think it was 2 days before the end of the transfer window. That was Gundogan. We actually bought him in the last episode, and I was kind of going between Gundogan and Verratti, I think it was, from PSG, and in the end I went for Gundogan just because he's got better potential and he's more well known as well. Kind of, I think he might even go to Real Madrid or Barcelona in the future, depends on what you think, and that's kind of like the question of the day for today's episode. Where do you think Gundogan will go in the future? Do you think he'll stay at Borussia Dortmund? Do you think he'll go on to Barcelona? Do you think he'll go to Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, any team, maybe even Man United in the future? You never know, and we'll have to see how it goes in the future for him. So he's definitely a promising player and definitely a great player to watch as well. But you can see we're actually in the midway through the second half, and you can see we're near to the end here, and we just got a bit unlucky there, and Athletic Bilbao actually got a goal there. So like I said in the last episode, I'm getting a lot of chances, but I'm just not taking them. You can see there I actually had 8 chances in that game, I only scored 1 or 2 goals in the end, and we actually drew the game 1-1 as well, which is quite unfortunate. So into transfer deadline day now, and we're just going to see some other signings. You're going to see the largest signings of the transfer window, and we're actually getting an offer from Stade Rennais, I think it's pronounced, for Morata. He's a striker I'm going to use maybe on the midweek games, maybe even Champions Cup as well, because he's just a player to fill in the position, because I know I'm not really that strong in striker because Balotelli's injured at the moment and Diego Costa's my only real striker at the moment. So you can see we actually reject the offer, but we're going to move on. You can see Balotelli 42 million to Real Madrid. You can see Rooney's gone to Barcelona and Gundogan has also gone to Real Madrid. So we've definitely been really busy in the transfer windows, but it's really paid off as well. I think we've made some good signings. And so if you were the Real Madrid manager, who would you buy to strengthen the team? Would you get a new goalkeeper? Would you get a new defender? Would you get a new midfielder? Or would you get a new striker? It depends on what you want, really. So you can see Suarez has actually gone to Bayern Munich as well. And yeah, so another signing for Bayern Munich in the end. And that means I think they did sell a couple of players as well in the end. So you can see there Otamendi and those kind of players moving to new clubs. So 119 million was spent on the last day of the transfer window. And we're going to have a look at the calendar now. So we've got Villarreal coming up in the next part of this episode. And then we're going to finish off with Arsenal. Next episode, we will have a game up against Atletico Madrid, which will be a really good game. And maybe like another episode, maybe in a couple of episodes time, I just want to talk about the team for one full episode, just have the full gameplay in the background, maybe like a key game up against Barcelona or something like that, and just talk about every player like specifically. So say, for example, say Diego Lopez being a good goalkeeper so far, and then move on throughout the team. That's what I want to do. So tell me if you guys want to see that, and I'll definitely go on top of that and maybe do that. So we're into the second game of today's episode. We actually do go 1-0 down quite early on in the game. Usha, I think is pronounced. I've never known how to pronounce his name. He actually gets the first goal of the game, makes it 1-0 to Villarreal. We come straight back down the other end with a couple chances here. Ronaldo going past 2 defenders, a great save there from the goalkeeper, and then a bit of a cheeky finish there from Gundogan, makes it 1-1. So nice finish there to make it 1-1. So into the second half now. This wasn't the most eventful game, sorry, and we're trying to get the most out of these chances we had. So Fabio Contral passing it to Modric, he passes out to wing to Xabi Alonso, playing as the right mid in the second half because I did change around the formation, and a great cross into the box, and Contral was on hand to put it into the goal. So 2-1 at this point, a great result at this point, and I was really thinking that Villarreal being a lot tougher task because away from home, amazingly, they're really good away from home, and you can see what is going on with my defence. A great ball into the box and then a header past the goalkeeper. So as I said, headers this year are still overpowered, and it's just ridiculous. I just can't get over it. And Sergio Ramos, as I said, and Varane are just not the smallest defenders. They just seem to lose everything to every single striker. So we actually end up losing that game. No, not losing that game. We end up drawing that game, which is, again, in my opinion, just points dropped because we need to beat teams like Villarreal. So we're moving on to our last game of the episode, and it's going to be the toughest game of today's episode, and it's going to be up against Arsenal. So this would be an amazing game. You can see there in the yellow, and we're in the white. So we're playing at the Santiago Bernabeu, which is, again, an amazing venue to play at. And as I said in the last episode, I really love playing at this stadium. It's really good to play. So you can see a nice move there. I'm not really going to call that a sweaty goal or trample, that kind of thing. It's just a nice constructed goal. Nothing Walcott could do to change that. And he just passed it across to Wilshere, and he put it in the back of the net. So a nice run there from Isco, and a really good pass. I think it was from Ronaldo, I think. And that was a goal to equalise 1-1. And you see we actually haven't had to equalise a lot in the recent times. We actually went early down to Villarreal, and then we went early 1 goal down to Arsenal as well. So Walcott does actually get a similar goal there. We just didn't manage to clear our lines, and that makes it 2-1 going into the second half. But again, I really thought like I should have won this game in the end. I think I should have maybe got another goal by the end of the first half. And you can see we didn't make any changes going into the second half, and I think we do have an international break after this, if I'm not correct. So a nice pass there from Ronaldo to Isco, and then he had the chance to maybe finish that. It was a great volley, but Chesney was on top form to put that past the goal. So another chance there goes begging, and we should have been taking these opportunities. A great cross in to the box by Alonso, sorry. And yeah, Bale with the chance, and he actually hits the post. Really unlucky there. Maybe again should have finished that. These are chances we need to take. And maybe I should have even gone for a finesse shot. But what is going on here? I just couldn't select the right player. I think I got the wrong. You know when you select air balls or automatic or whatever in these controller settings or something. I think I've got it on the wrong setting because that is ridiculous. And you can see we actually end the episode here with a 3-1 defeat to Arsenal. But I'm not too bad about that. And we have actually got Galatasaray coming up and PSG as well. So it's really important to pick up the points. But I'm not too concerned about this because my main aim for this season is to win the title. And the Champions Cup's a main priority for next season. So if you have enjoyed this episode, remember to leave a like and subscribe for more FIFA 14 videos. And you can also watch my previous video, which was the second episode. And I think it was uploaded a couple of hours ago. But a massive thank you for watching episode number 3. And I'll see you in the next episode.